The vision of our mentors, PR Krishna Kumar ji, was very clear about AVP Research Foundation, what it has to do to globalize Ayurveda. And in fact, the effort of AVP Research Foundation started with his first initiative, which was initiating a collaborative research project way back in 1977 with WHO, where he came forward voluntarily to revalidate Ayurveda on the scientific paradigm whether Ayurveda works for rheumatoid arthritis. Though he faced a lot of criticism from within, but still he stood the test of time. And he collaborated with allopathic physicians in Coimbatore and conducted a first ever clinical trial on rheumatoid arthritis where he used customized Ayurveda approach to manage rheumatoid arthritis. Now, why this is very important? Because we find that there's a lot of misconceptions that whether Ayurveda is a witch hunt or just a belief system. It is very important that we should create evidence in terms of contemporary language. Krishna Kumar ji was very sure that unless and until there is a lot of collaborative research, multidisciplinary, collaborative teams working together to revalidate Ayurveda, it is not possible to bridge the gap because there will be a lot of questions raised regarding safety and efficacy. We know that Ayurveda has existed towards almost 5,000 years. But it's high time for us to also address the fact that since it is practiced in India, is it just the science? I would say no. We should definitely generate some empirical evidence with collaborative research and new age clinical methodologies as to where we can explain Ayurveda in modern terminologies also. AVP Research Foundation is basically mandated to create quality standards for raw material and finished products. So any product or any classical medicine which is already in practice for Ayurvedic therapies, we follow a very stringent standardization criteria. So as we know, there are several steps to standardization, and the first step is raw material standardization, where each and every raw material is standardized according to the standards given in Ayurvedic Formulary of India or Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. There are many other herbs also which we don't have yet as standards in these certain documents. We create our own in-house parameters, and we have an established lab called as International Institute of Ayurveda, which has been doing it for almost 2 decades, where we use modern methodologies of TLC and other phytochemical methodologies to standardize this raw herb. And once this standardization is done, then we get to next step of process standardization for the formulation. And we also standardize these Ayurvedic formulation in different stages of manufacturing. And ultimately, when we get the final products, which also is standardized based on all these phytochemical, other pharmacological parameters. We have ably demonstrated through various researches which we have done with WHO or NIH on rheumatoid arthritis. Also on a COVID research, we have done 2 publications with Stanley Medical College and PSG Medical College, where we did not compromise with the whole concept of individualization. Recently, we have also got a grant from Ayush, where we have again tried to demonstrate that how type 2 diabetes, which is a complex metabolic syndrome, can be approached through the multi-drug model, yet including all the concepts of randomized clinical trial. And very unique approach which we have taken at AVP Research Foundation is our mastery over making placebos. Generally, any rigorous clinical trial requires a very standardized placebo, because we need to understand a placebo-controlled trial is the gold standard for right now creating scientific evidence. So at AVP Research Foundation, our team, we have worked to come out with creating placebos for every formulation, because the biggest challenge is in Ayurveda, we have certain formulations which are water soluble, certain oil soluble like ghee and oils, or sometimes tablets, or sometimes even Chyawanprash kind of a lekhya. So we have come out with very innovative methods of creating placebo for all dosage forms. One of the prime criteria of the whole process of new formulation development is very structured, where we start with first conceiving an idea. How do we conceive an idea for a new drug development? Is through our practice-based evidence. We know that there is a lot of practice around Ayurveda happening. So based on these leads, we try to identify unique formulations and combinations which are working for patients, and then we optimize them into first a preclinical stage, where we do first phytochemical standardization and the finished product and drug standardization. Once this phase of standardization of drugs or new formulations happen, we let them go through the preclinical phase, where we do in vitro and in vivo study. All the clinical study or trials we always do after a process of funneling of these ideas, where we take inputs or leads from the practice and then optimize into several phases of preclinical and clinical examinations. When we talk about the future of new age medicine, it has to be an integrative approach, because one system of medicine cannot be answer for every or any disease in the world. So that's why, whether it is WHO or the developed countries or even in India, we are talking about integrative medicine, where Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and other Ayush system of medicine has to be integrated with mainstream allopathic medicine to give a better quality of life. More so because we know that today more than 80% of deaths today happen in India because of non-communicable diseases, not because of now infectious or other accident and other related diseases. So when the non-communicable disease load is becoming high, it is very imperative that systems of Ayurveda has to get integrated, and that's why we have been doing collaborative research projects with all our partners, whether in India or abroad, on basic core areas of where Ayurveda is strong. Right from 2005 onwards, Krishna Kumar ji was very much instrumental in guiding us how to integrate technology, computing in the practice of Ayurveda. I was quite surprised to see that he organized a very unique brainstorm session and a seminar on artificial learning and big data management way back in 1985, when people were not talking about this whole supercomputer and artificial intelligence. And a whole seminar was built around this whole theme. So with such a mentor having that vision, we started documenting our cases and digitalizing our all cases, and from 2005 onwards. So what we see as a great opportunity for us is how now this knowledge, which is well documented in our system, along with technology and with the whole approach of practice-based evidence, where we document each and every case based on the objective and subjective parameters, we can make a big contribution to society to use now new age machine learning and artificial intelligence solutions to fast track the diagnosis of the patient and can make our treatment more precise and create evidence for the safety and efficacy of Ayurveda. It is one of our mission that we should stick to the basic principles of Ayurveda, treat Ayurveda in its original form, but yet become contemporary. And for that, we initiate a lot of informal seminars and various workshops on taste-based learning, whether we call it Ayur Sutra, we talk about Ayur Pharma, we talk about Ayur Chikitsa, where we talk about basic principles or preparation and drug standardization or treatment protocols. So this is very core to our principles of propagating Ayurveda. So what we are seeing here is that we are trying to broad base the visibility of Ayurveda education, where we give opportunity for anybody who is interested to learn Ayurveda, where prerequisition may not be that you are just a doctor. So of course we have a structured program for people who want continued education, whether they are undergraduate in Ayurveda from India or postgraduate of Ayurveda in India, for their enhancement in their clinical skills and other. But at the same time, we keep our also options open for people coming from various quarters of the world. It's important that we sit on our laurels which we have now, but we keep on working every day to see that what do we do for future. In future, we'll be very happy to share that we are going to implement another clinical trial on diabetes with the University of Latvia, where we are going to use 7 unique classical Ayurveda products in order to see how customized approach to treat diabetes. And this will be one of the first research on Ayurveda in the field of diabetes in not a country of its origin, not in India, but it will be done in East Europe. This is a very important message that Ayurveda research can go global. Another major initiative which we are taking is in field of artificial intelligence data management, where we are in collaboration with or in talks with Ayush as well as other partnering institutions to work on creating models for not only predicting but also how to prove the Ayurvedic approach of customized therapy for different diseases. So that is our other future area of our exploration, that how technology and Ayurveda can come together to bring about new innovation.